What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and we're going to do our Big Ten predictions, our midseason predictions today. We're going to do Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, and Wisconsin. I'll cover the rest of the teams on Friday. So here's Ohio State. This is what I had for my original preseason predictions. I had them going 11-1, losing that last game on the road at Michigan. Obviously, I'm going to have to make some changes again. So let's see. We haven't had the Michigan game yet. But we missed the Oklahoma game. That was a big surprise. I did not expect Oklahoma to come in there on the road and win that game. So let's reset it now, and we take Oklahoma, make that a loss, and we start from scratch here on the right. Penn State at home. I still think Ohio State gets this win. I think that's going to be one of the best games of the season. I think it'll be close. I think it'll come down to the wire. But playing at home gives Ohio State a slight edge. And yeah, I think that's going to be an excellent football game. I originally had the Buckeyes winning that game. And as you all know, I had Penn State winning the national championship in my preseason predictions. Will that continue? Well, it may be hard with the loss there. So we'll see. I'll go over all that on Friday. All right, next game on the road at Iowa. That is going to be a tough one. These three games in a row are very tough. Penn State, Iowa, Michigan State. Penn State faces something similar where they have three in a row like that. Iowa's going to be tough. It's going to be on the road. They're always known for the big upsets. They didn't quite get it done against Penn State. And I think they come up just a little bit short against Ohio State as well. I think it's very similar to that Penn State game, low scoring, hard-fought, defensive, physical game. But Ohio State makes a play late with J.T. Barrett, who has really played a lot better as of late. And I think they continue to roll and get the win there. Again, they're playing some good football right now, but they haven't really had any competition since that Oklahoma game. Next game against Michigan State, a team that used to always give Ohio State trouble. I'm not quite buying the Michigan State thing. I don't think they're that great. I think they're a very good football team, a lot better than what I thought they would be. But I still think Ohio State takes care of business in this game at home. So, yeah, I'm going to give the Buckeyes the win there over Michigan State. Next game against Illinois, that should be an easy win. And then we've got at Michigan. I originally had Michigan winning this game. I've been back and forth on this one, but I think Ohio State finds a way to get it done. I don't think it's Michigan's time just yet. Next year could be their time here in the Big Ten, but I like Ohio State to actually win that game now, so I've changed my predictions on that game. And I think one of two things is going to happen. I think it's going to play out just like I showed you here. They're going to get on a roll, or some of those issues that they've had in the past will come back to haunt them, and I think they will lose the game to Iowa and Michigan. So I think they're going to go 9-3 or 11-1. I think they beat Penn State either way, but they could lose that Iowa-Michigan game, both of those games, and maybe not get to the Big Ten championship. So preseason we had them at 11-1, 8-1 in the conference. So we're going to stick with the 11-1. That's still my prediction for them, but we're going to cross out the conference 8-1 and switch that loss because they lost to Oklahoma. So now I've got Ohio State 11-1, 9-0. And no conference losses. That means they will be in the Big Ten championship game. So who will they face in the Big Ten championship game? I think that one's pretty obvious, but we will get to that a little bit later. And again, on Friday, I will do my Big Ten predictions. I'll cover the rest of the teams kind of quickly and then go over the conference championship game and who I think will win that game. So Ohio State looking good as of late. We'll see if it can continue as they get into a very tough stretch in their schedule. I think that Penn State game will be big, but I don't think it's going to be I think it's going to be bigger for Ohio State because they cannot afford to lose it. Penn State could probably afford to lose that game. So that's why I think it's going to be so big for Ohio State. I think they played really well in that game. They find a way to get it done and keep their championship hopes alive. So 11-1, what do you think about Ohio State? You think they're going to get on a roll like I do? Or do you think they're going to kind of fall apart with this tough schedule at the end of the season? So leave a comment down below with your prediction, what you think the record's going to be. And thanks for watching. More Big Ten predictions coming up later today. So stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports YouTube channel.